What's going on, guys? Me, Reiki-style. I'm back with a new one. Today we're taking a look at the warrior class in Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. And oh boy, the warrior. This is the classical one. If you play a warrior, I mean, hey, you really love warriors. Because if you think about it, there's so many other classes with spells and heals and all that kind of stuff. But you just... you stay true to yourself. You play a warrior. All you need is a good weapon, and you're going in, right? So pretty cool. I played a warrior for 10 years in WoW. So it was always a class that is kind of close to my heart. You know, this plate carrying class. You know, just going in, diving in, first guy in the fight, right? So if you like going head on, this is probably the class you will pick in Pantheon. But let's take a look at him a bit closer and let's check out what the warrior is all about. So if you want to play a warrior, you have a big range of actually races to pick. You have the archetype, you have the Darkmere, the dwarves, the elves, the halflings, the humans, the ogres, and the scars. Actually, those are actually all races, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. So you can make any race you want, which is pretty cool and also very typical to a warrior, because there's like no reason why a certain race should not be able to have warriors, right? So pretty cool to see. Wait, is the gnome? Are the gnomes here? Wait, the gnomes are not here, right? No, wait, we're missing the gnomes. That makes actually sense, because the gnomes are probably the ones that would not have a warrior, if there is any, because they're like this like magical kind of, those magical kind of beings and stuff. So okay, makes actually sense. Never mind. You can make every race beside the gnome. So let's put it that way. The warrior. Let's read through this here. The warrior seemingly defies limits of physical strength, ability, and resilience. However, not content with fortitude alone, he also refines his mind, becoming a master strategist in battle. Much more than a soldier of mercenary, the warrior seems to defy limits of physical... Oh, okay, that's actually the same text, right? Oh, it's a bit different. Much more than a soldier or mercenary, the warrior seems to defy limits of physical strength, ability, and resilience. However, she is not content with fortitude alone, but refines her mind as well, becoming a master strategist amidst the mayhem of battle. Okay, it's a bit different. They worded it a bit different, but okay. The group role is a tank. So for people who came from different MMORPGs, they're going to be like, wait, what? Can I not play this as a DPS? This is actually a tank in Pantheon, which is really cool to me. And that's what you're going to be if you play a warrior. Now, it's really going to be interesting to me to see how the warrior differs from the other tanks. Because we saw like the Paladin is a tank in Pantheon. We saw the Dire Lord, and they all have like abilities to heal themselves, right? They all have like some self-sustain abilities. So I kind of want to see how is the warrior going to match up here, because he obviously is not going to have some certain magic, or maybe he's going to fall into a war stance where he's just going berserk, and maybe that's how he kind of gets some health back, because he's like, or takes no damage or something like this. Let's see. As a combat resource, you have endurance, resilience, and battle points. Available armor: cloth, light and heavy leather, light and heavy chain, light and heavy plate, shields. So as we can see, this heavy armor carrying class, super cool. And obviously weapons. Look at this list here. Look at this list. Dagger, short spear, long spear, sword, great sword, edged, great blade, axe, great axe, club, warhammer, great hammer, mace, great mace, quarterstaff, polearm, fist weapon, short bow, and crossbow. Fist weapon. So if you wanted, you could maybe even go, fist weapon in both hands. Oh boy, that's going to be really interesting here. I want to see what's going on with that class. So let's check out the featured abilities. Breaker's Roar. Free yourself from all loss of control effects and become immune to them for a short time. Super strong, right? You're like getting like rooted somewhere in a bad place or something. You use this, you break out of it, and you can keep going. Super cool. Strike of Breaking. Fiercely strike through an enemy's defenses, lowering their armor class progressively with each use. At full effect, Strike of Breaking will put an enemy into a vulnerable state. Oh my god, so you can use this over and over again and lower their armor class every time you use this. Very cool. At the full effect, it actually... Wait, what? It put an enemy into a vulnerable state. Oh, I guess he takes way more damage then, maybe even from other group members, right? not only for the warrior. Super cool. Wall of Shields. Link shields with another warrior in your group. Rate and insight and... Wait, what? Link shields with another warrior in your group. Rate and incite all nearby enemies to attack both of you. While Wall of Shields is active, incoming enemy damage will be mitigated using the combined resilience of both warriors, and the final damage amount will be split evenly between them. Oh my god, very, very cool. I would assume this comes more into play if you actually do raids, or you know, because in a group probably you're not gonna have 2 warriors. Maybe you do, but you know, maybe probably not. But very cool. So an ability that uses the shields of 2 warriors in the group. Very nice. That is really cool. So everything around them attacks only them, and the damage gets split between them. Very, very nice. Battering Ram. Leverage your immense strength to break through certain barriers in the environment that have grown weak and unstable. If used against an enemy, Battering Ram will deal physical damage and knock the enemy to the ground. Wow, is this some kind of charge as well? Like, are you gonna, like... Do you have to stand there and then you do this ability? Or is this like a... You kind of rushing forward? Very, very cool. I hope there's gonna be a lot of stuff in the world as well where some certain people can't get through, but, you know, the warrior just uses Battering Ram and goes through. Very, very cool. Battle Formation. Unyielding. The Unyielding Formation increases the armor class of your group. Transfers a percentage of all damage taken by the group to you and locks your resilience to full or a short time. Usable when you are in combat with 3 or more enemies at once. Very, very nice. Helping the whole group here, you know. Very, very cool. Battle Formation Unyielding. Challenger's Banner. Group. Decrease the duration of crowd control effects for group members in range of this banner. Oh, so this is gonna... Oh, cool. So this is something that we know from other games too, where the warrior has certain banners that he puts down. So the Challenger's Banner for the group decrease the duration of crowd control effects. So maybe you have like a dungeon where this is very common that they use this, or maybe even in PvP, right? Even that's not going to be a big thing in Pantheon, but just saying. Super cool. Enemies, your attacks generate additional hate on enemies in the range of this banner. Oh, nice. So you also want to put this down whenever you're supposed to tank a certain mob, because your hate is going up with this enemy. Very, very cool. So a good thing to keep aggro. Very nice. Will to Live. Embrace your will to live, greatly increasing your dodge and parry chance, granting a bonus to healing effects cast on you, and locking your resilience to full. Only usable when your health is below a certain threshold. Very nice. So this is like one of those, if stuff goes wrong and you're taking a lot of damage, you put this on, you know, you dodge, you parry, healers heal you for more. Very, very cool. So always used when, like, you know, there's a big amount of damage coming in, right? Kind of crazy though that it can only be used at a certain threshold. So I wonder what this means. Like how much this is, you know? Is it like 20%? Is it like 50%? But very, very cool. Angering Blow. A provoking strike that puts an enemy in an angry state, causing your actions to generate additional hate. Very cool. So an aggro holding ability here. Probably one of the first things you use as well. I'm not sure, because I haven't played this class, but obviously, you know, generate hate on the enemy. Always really important. You don't want to have like an enemy go to your wizard or something and two-shotting them. I just did a video where I reacted to some gameplay, and it's crazy. Like if the tank doesn't have aggro, oh man, he's gonna the enemy is gonna do a lot of damage to your group members. So this is pretty cool. Shield Block. Raise your shield to meet a frontal attack, dramatically reducing the physical damage you receive while the shield is raised. Additionally, a percentage of the damage you would have received will be converted into resilience. Very nice shield block going on here, okay. I would assume this doesn't have too long of a cooldown either, so we can already see how the warrior kind of, you know, differs in, like, if you look at, like, the Dire Lord, like the Paladin, right? He doesn't have the heal and like, stuff that the Dire Lord has, but, for example, with Will to Live, right, the healing on him is greater. He has dodge and parry, very classical things for a warrior. He has shield block, so very good stuff for the warrior here as well. So, it's going to be crazy to see, though, because people told me you can tank with, like, to dual wield stuff, but then I'd assume you couldn't use this, right? Because you obviously need to wear a shield. So maybe in dungeons you wear a shield, and maybe if you're tanking outside you're not. But this ability seems really important, so kind of interesting how they're going to do that, but very cool. Warhorn. Sound an ominous warhorn, taunting most nearby enemies to attack you and others to cower in fear. Very nice. So let's say your angering blow missed or something, right? And then you're like, oh my god, the enemies are running off to my teammates. You use Warhorn, and enemies will attack you for a short amount of time, or at least for the start of it, and then you can build up some more hate on the target. Very cool. Battle Formation Conquest. The Conquest Formation increases the haste rating of your group for a short time. Usually when an enemy you are in combat with enters a fleeing state. Okay, so if the enemy is like fleeing, then we can use this. Oh, so yeah, so if the enemy is fleeing, then we can use this. Very cool. Haste for the whole group. Very, very cool, right? If you're a wizard, you have faster casts. For melees, hitting faster. Very cool. Banner of Onslaught. Group increases hit rating for group members in range of this banner. Enemies decrease parry counterattack chance and disables the use of disarm for enemies in range of this banner. Very nice. So the banner always has an effect for your group if they're standing close to it, but also like a side effect to the enemy if they are in range of this banner. Very, very cool. Increases hit rating. Ooh. So your rogues and stuff are not going to miss as much. Very nice. Or like any other DPS class. Close the gap. Leap to a nearby enemy's location and bash them, dealing physical damage and interrupting spell casting. Ooh, very nice. Very cool. So this is if you want to play a warrior, you have a lot of playground here. This is a really active class. Kind of reminds me a bit of WoW. Like, you're like fighting this one mob, right? There's a spellcaster over there. You're like, tanking this one. You jump to the caster, interrupt his cast. Then you kind of try to build some hate on that guy. Very, very active playstyle here. I can see this that many people really, really like this one, honestly. And I think this is really cool. So, yeah, the only question I have is, like, with tanking, like, if a warrior wants to tank, does he have to put on a shield? Right? Or can he be like, no, I'm tanking with a two-hander, right? But then again, you would probably not be able to use shield block then, which, maybe you just use a shield for, like, bigger bosses. Not quite sure how that's gonna work. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments down below. But very, very cool. If I would do a warrior, I would... Oh, man, there's a lot of good classes here. Maybe do a human... a Scar, maybe an ogre. There's so many good races here. So I don't know. Maybe we'll check out which one has the best passives. If there's so many classes, then kind of go from there. But yeah, super cool class. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye. Peace.